Hey there, this is Thump'r from Blue Collar Builders. We're still here at the PCBC show at the track pipe CounterStrike booth. We're here to talk to
Bob Torben.
Bob Torben. We have gas lines that are flex instead of the rigid. We're going to see the practical application of that and the benefits. Why don't you take it away?
Well, we have developed an innovative gas piping distribution system that's made out of flexible corrugated stainless steel tubing. It's designed to replace the old standard Schedule 40 steel pipe system. And the big benefit is it becomes very easy to install, particularly for remodelers, because the tubing is flexible, comes on long spools. You can run from point A to point B without having any intermediate joints. Has simple mechanical fittings that attach with simple hand tools. Installers are in and out of a job in half the time. So although the tubing may be an expensive stainless steel product, the total cost to the builder is about either the same or to 25% less.
So it's lighter. You can cut to length and then put on the adapter at the end after you've cut it to length?
Yes, again, because it's on spools, it's like the Romex of gas piping. Very flexible. It's easy for one guy to do. You only have termination fittings. So in a house, particularly in a bigger home where you're going to have multiple gas appliances, we use a manifold system where we run a single line from the meter, put the manifold in a central location in the attic or garage, and then we run individual home runs to each appliance so we can downsize the pipe, because it's only carrying the gas load for one appliance. So, and you put your valves there, it integrates well with home automation, and again, provides the homeowner with easy access to their infrastructure, so if they want to add future appliances, we put extra ports in the manifold the same way you would have extra circuit breaker slots in your electrical panel.
Right.
So it grows with the home and the changes in lifestyle.
So are there any other precautions that you would have to take, like for outdoor applications, compared to standard steel piping?
We actually have a piece right here. This is our underground PS2. It's a much thicker jacket, and the jacket actually is the conduit, and we pre-engineer this together from the factory, and so it's laid at the same time. It's a one-step process as opposed to putting conduit in, then pulling the pipe through, and then sealing the ends. We have the conduit and the pipe and the sealing all part of one integrated package.
Any joint compound specifics that you need, or is it typical application?
Well, our typical joints have NPT threads, so we can interface with any steel coupling or steel elbows. That requires pipe dope like you would any other steel pipe component. But the part that connects with the tubing is a straight thread. It requires no doping, no tape. The sealing is actually done between the tubing and the fitting, so we have a metal-to-metal seal, no gaskets, no dope, no sealing.
Like your typical whip for, let's say, a hot water heater?
Yeah, well, our flexible connectors that we use for water heaters or range ovens are made of a similar material. It's a slightly different engineering design, but yeah, they have metal-to-metal seals and mechanical fittings. The difference is that flex connectors cannot be longer than 6 feet. This comes in hundreds of feet of length.
So you got any other fixtures you want to show everybody? Or
We have introduced a new line of fittings called Auto Snap. I'm going to pull one out. So what we're trying to do is make this as simple as possible. Typically these other fittings have to be disassembled and reassembled around the pipe itself. The new fittings, basically all that is required is to remove a little bit of jacket, 3 convolutions. The fitting is loosened, basically just pushes together, and then you tighten it up and you're done.
it's like a compression fitting.
It is exactly like that. It's like a lot of these push-on fittings that you see for PEX pipe now, shark bite and stuff like that. It's basically snap-on, you twist, and you're done. The whole idea here, again, is to make it simple, make it easy. When you're working in crawl spaces or attic spaces, it's either hot or it's cramped. You have to avoid taking the fitting apart and using small parts and putting them back together again. So for this fitting, it's basically, as I said, doesn't need to be disassembled. It just is pushed on, tightened up. So when you are in these situations where you're can't get your full extension of your arm, you can't swing a wrench. This is going to be a big plus. Again, everything is driven to reduce the labor content, to get the job in as quickly as possible, particularly now in the housing market where there seems to be a critical shortage of plumbers and skilled workers. Using the technology to simplify the installation makes the ability of the contractor to spread his talent around. He could be doing 2 jobs because it simply takes 1 person to plumb a house with corrugated tubing. It might take 2 or 3 with standard steel pipe, carrying it around, threading the pipe, holding it up while you assemble it. So for a given contractor, he might be able to do 2 or 3 jobs in the same day that he's only doing 1 with steel pipe.
Well, that's ambitious, but I like your thinking here. The one thing for sure is that they're keeping the contractor in mind while still providing the quality to the homeowner for the end result. Excellent talking to you, Bob. Thank you very much. Track pipe, and so you saw the future here today. Thank you.